Don't forget this. Hi, I'm Brian Pombo. Welcome back to Brian J. Pombo Live. I've got a secret for you. It's something you never want to forget. And it's one of those it's such a simple idea, it's really easy to forget. But I'll tell you what it is anyways. First, though, I want to remind you about my book, 9 Ways to Amazon Proof Your Business. It's not one of these that I'm looking to sell a whole bunch of. The whole point is I want to get the ideas out there and start discussions. Find out whether you agree, disagree, and otherwise. So go check it out. You go get a free copy at amazonproofbook.com. What is this secret that I want to pass on to you? Well, it's not a secret. It's something you've heard before. It's a very simple idea. What brought it to mind today is I was looking over some of Gary Bencivenga's fabulous stuff that he has out there. If you type in his name into Google, and he's got a great page, what he calls marketing bullets. Gary, if you're not familiar with Gary, he's a famous copywriter, marketer. He really has a large understanding and a great way to be able to describe it. He's a fabulous teacher describing how just everyday marketing works. And it doesn't matter what century you're talking about. Humans are humans, and there's just certain things that never go away. So he's got some great material out there. And this was just on one of his lists on that website about success tips and so forth. And this is it. Don't take yourself too seriously. And the real problem is that if you achieve any type of success whatsoever in your life, and it doesn't take much, it's all in where you set the bar. I was thinking about this earlier today. Success really is an illusion in a sense, because it's an invisible bar that you're setting to reach. But the best thing about success being an illusion is that failure is also an illusion, because it's an invisible bar that you've dropped below. And so you can move those as much as you want in order to achieve success, or to overcome failure, or to completely ignore them and just see it as, this is life, and I'm moving and I'm going for the next thing, and I'm going to try it, and we're going to see what happens. It doesn't matter whether I make it or not, or whether I do it in the period of time I want to or not. That's a side note. I'm going off on a tangent here that I don't need to be going on, but you're going to come to a point to where you feel like you've achieved some form of success. And at that point, it's really easy to get all puffed up and to think, okay, I got it. I figured it out. I'm better than a whole lot of other people. I've achieved something. And you probably have it, depending on how lofty the goal is that you've been able to overcome. You probably have done a whole lot better than everyone else. But here's the problem. We get into this trap of taking ourselves too seriously. And when you do that, when you take yourself too seriously, pride comes before the fall, like they say, and you're just liable to make a fool of yourself. You're just setting yourself up to. And so how do you keep from doing that? Well, when you start finding yourself getting a little bit big-headed, you back off and just realize, man, life's short. It's not going to last much longer than this. We got this little piece of time to go out there and have fun and try and make a difference in the world, and just exist. Just really enjoy ourselves and figure out what this whole thing is about. And we know it's short. So if that's the case, you take yourself too seriously, you're setting yourself up for failure. And I don't know an easier way of saying that. And if you haven't experienced the concept of taking yourself too seriously, you will. And when you get there, you just go, oh, okay, that's what this is. And just back off. It's not that big a deal. Life's short. Have fun. Don't take yourself too serious. It's a simple idea that we can go off on in a million directions. Not necessary now. I just wanted to leave you that very simple idea for tonight, and we'll be back tomorrow. come on back, subscribe, follow wherever you're at so that you can come back and listen, watch, and let's start a conversation about this stuff. Do you take yourself too seriously? Leave me a comment wherever you're watching or listening to this. You have a good night. We'll be back tomorrow. In the meantime, get out there and let the magic happen.